Here's a question almost every Singaporean asks around their late 40s, whether they say it out loud or not. When you turn 55 and CPF suddenly unlocks, how much of that money is actually yours to take out? And what's left behind waiting quietly until you're 65? Most people think it's simple. You hit 55, you withdraw everything, done, right? That's not how it works. And honestly, this one misunderstanding causes more retirement anxiety than almost anything else in personal finance here. So let's actually walk through it properly with real numbers. Picture this. You're 54. You've been working for over 3 decades. Every payslip, a slice went into CPF. Ordinary account, special account, MediSafe. You've watched the number grow quietly in the background for years. And now your 55th birthday is a few months away. You start hearing things. Your colleague says he pulled out 60 grand. Your uncle says he took out nothing. Someone on Reddit says CPF locks up your money forever. Confusing, isn't it? Here's the part almost nobody explains clearly. Turning 55 doesn't unlock a withdrawal. It triggers a transfer. When you hit 55, CPF opens something new for you, a retirement account, and your special and ordinary account money gets swept into it up to a target number. That target has a name. It's called the full retirement sum. For someone turning 55 in 2026, that number is $220,400. That's the default, the number CPF assumes you'll aim for. But, and this is the part that actually matters for how much cash you can walk away with at 55, you don't always need to hit that full number. There's a smaller tier underneath it. It's called the basic retirement sum, and right now it sits at exactly half the full retirement sum, $110,200. If you own a property and you're willing to pledge it, meaning you agree the government can recover the shortfall from your home sale later if needed, you're allowed to set aside just the basic retirement sum instead of the full one. Everything above that you can withdraw at 55 in cash. So here's the real answer to how much can you take out at 55. It depends on which of these three numbers your retirement account ends up filled to. Let's make it concrete. Say your CPF balance across OA and SA sits at $300,000 when you turn 55. CPF will first try to set aside the full retirement sum, that $220,400 figure. Whatever's left over, you can withdraw. In this case, that's almost $80,000 sitting in your bank account, yours to use however you like. But what if your balance is lower? Say you've got $150,000 total. CPF still wants to set aside the full retirement sum ideally, but you don't have enough for that. So what happens? If you own your HGB flat or private property, you can pledge it, drop your requirement down to the basic retirement sum of $110,200, and walk away with almost $40,000 in cash instead. See the pattern? Property owners generally have more flexibility. Non-property owners are usually required to meet the full retirement sum before withdrawing the excess. Now here's where most explainer videos stop. But there's a third number worth knowing, the enhanced retirement sum. This one's for people going the opposite direction, people who actually want to put more into CPF voluntarily because higher balance means higher monthly payouts later. In 2026, that ceiling sits at $440,800, exactly double the full retirement sum. Okay, so that's 55. Money moves into the retirement account, excess above your chosen tier comes out in cash. Straightforward enough once you see the mechanics. But here's the twist almost nobody thinks about ahead of time. That money sitting in your retirement account, it isn't just parked there doing nothing until 65. It's earning interest, real interest, around 4%, sometimes higher with extra bonuses on the first tens of thousands. So between 55 and 65, your retirement account keeps quietly compounding, growing on its own without you lifting a finger. Then 65 arrives, and this is where CPF LIFE kicks in. a lifelong monthly payout scheme. Your retirement account balance gets converted into monthly income paid to you for as long as you live, not a lump sum, a stream. And the size of that monthly stream depends entirely on which tier you locked in at 55. Someone who set aside the basic retirement sum can expect roughly $950 a month starting at 65 under the standard plan. Someone who hit the full retirement sum closer to $1,780 monthly. And someone who pushed all the way to the enhanced retirement sum around $3,440 for life. Feel that gap? That's not a small difference. That's the difference between a retirement that feels tight and one that feels comfortable. But here's where things get interesting, because this isn't really a story about withdrawal limits. It's a story about a trade-off. Every dollar you pull out at 55 is a dollar that stops compounding quietly in your retirement account. Every dollar you leave in becomes guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life, something the stock market, property, or a savings account simply cannot promise you. So the real question isn't how much can I take out? It's how much do I actually need out versus how much I want paying me a salary when I'm 70, 80, 90 years old. Some people withdraw the maximum at 55 to clear a mortgage, start a small business, or help their kids. Reasonable if done with a plan. Others deliberately top up beyond the full retirement sum, sacrificing cash now for a fatter monthly check decades later. Neither approach is wrong, but almost nobody makes this decision on purpose. Most people just react to whatever number happens to be sitting in their account the day they turn 55. And that's really the lesson buried inside all these CPF numbers. Retirement isn't something that happens to you at 65. It's something quietly decided 10 years earlier, and a choice most people don't even realize they're making. So the next time someone tells you CPF traps your money, remind them it's not trapped. It's just choosing, on your behalf, between cash today and income for the rest of your life. And once you understand which lever you're pulling, you get to decide which version of your future you're actually building.